What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you all joining me in today's video. Today we got something a little bit special, a little different, an experiment we got going on, and behind me is our guinea pig. This is my 2018 Ford F-150 3.3 liter V6. Do not get it twisted with anything higher than an XL because it's not. This boy's as bare bones as they come. Anyways, today we're doing a simple test on what some people call the poor man's rear locker. Basically, when you disable your traction control, you're sort of allowing yourself to have some more momentum, a little more wheel spin, which could help you out in a low traction off-road setting. Lucky for us, I have a backyard, and in that backyard, we have a tiny little baby dip and a little baby incline. Now I know I can already see you guys in the comments about to hate on my little baby dip and baby incline, but that's okay. Do not get it twisted, folks. It is enough to show you a visual representation of what is to happen when you turn off your traction control and what happens if you attempt it with your traction control on. So with that said, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and go through a little walkthrough of our course here. This is the backyard. Now I know it's a mess, so don't judge, guys. This might be a future video, but we're gonna go up through here, and that right there that you see is the small dip that we have. Now it's not a lot. I said it's not a lot, but it's definitely enough for one wheel to grab traction and the other to not. So you guys will see what I'm talking about, and I know it's not much. Now you guys can see there were some tire marks here. We did have to get that concrete dumper all the way out here to put all that concrete for the gazebo we have here. That's not even finished, guys. Yeah, so I would appreciate if you guys could subscribe so that I could finish this project. All that stuff is correlated. Anyways, here it is. This is the dip, and I'll show you guys. It's not much here on camera, but you'll see it. But it's this bit that's a little concerning. It's a bit of a slope. Stuck. Looks like we're stuck. Whoa. There you have it, guys. That was with the traction control on, and you could just tell we are living that open diff life. This poor F-150. Although it's been through worse for sure, but look at this side, guys. Passenger side of the wheel is tucked. Not tucked, but it's there, guys. Look at that. And of course, this side seems to have the more traction here. It's not really sending power to this wheel. That's what happens when you have the traction control on. We switch over to the driver's side, and look at this. Ton of wheel spin. As you can tell, from all the mud, it's barely grabbing grip, and there is a ton of wheel gap space there. You saw for a second the truck was starting to slide back, even with the brakes and the rear parking brake on. So a bit concerning, guys. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and reverse it a little bit and try it. Actually, we might just continue off over here with the traction control off now. Go ahead and turn it off. There we go. Advanced track sport mode. There's our traction control right over there off. Let's give it a rip. Let's see what happens. Whoa, we're climbing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Poor man's rear diff. That's insane. We got poor man's rear diff. Rear locking diff, man. From here, you can kind of see a bit of that dip going on there, but you saw how much wheel gap we had on this driver's side back wheel, guys. It was insane. And honestly, we'll take a look inside here. Traction control light is off. And I myself am amazed at how easy this thing just climbed it. Meanwhile, one wheel was barely touching the ground. This is the other wheel that somehow compensated for that with our poor man's rear locker, that little incline. I'm amazed, guys. Honestly, genuinely shocked that this even worked. So kind of see the dip there that happens. This incline isn't as bad on this side. It's more maybe over here. So if I could reverse it in there and try to get a little bit more difficulty level, I'm just afraid I don't want to screw myself over there, but let's try it. We'll see. Okay. Traction control off. Let's give it the beans. Oh my gosh, it is just okay. All right. I think it's about as good as it's gonna get, guys. And there you have it, guys. The F-150 managed to climb up the minor slope, but it still managed to climb that incline. But a quick rundown on exactly what happened. So with traction control on, basically it uses braking and throttle response to sort of cut the vehicle. If it notices that one wheel is spinning, it's going to stop all engine power there to that, and it'll stop that wheel. And you don't want that, especially if you're in an off-road situation. You want to maintain that momentum. So traction control is kind of cutting your legs from underneath you in a way. But when you turn off traction control, it allows your wheels to spin freely, and it's perfect when you're in mud, snow, something like that, so you can have the momentum going. Or if you have uneven terrain, which is what we had. Basically, one wheel was spinning, the other one wasn't moving. The engine was sending power to the spinning wheel, which we don't want. It wasn't helping us at all in our case. But when you disable traction control, you then allow the truck to freely move those rear wheels. So does it work? Yes, it works. I wouldn't call it the poor man's rear locking diff, but it definitely does help if you're in a pinch. Now, I wouldn't go out in the trails with just that feature. I'm not going to put all my eggs in that one basket, guys. No good. But still, it works. It got us up this little mini incline, and that's good enough for me. Not only that, guys, but let's give credit where credit is due. The F-150 with an open rear diff, two-wheel drive, the smallest naturally aspirated engine that you can get in their line, managed to do it. Now I know you guys are going to say not that big of a deal, but to me that is actually pretty impressive, that incline that it did with ease. So there you have it, guys. It works. It's true. Now if you are interested, I have taken this truck on to I think 3 different off-road trails, and it performed superb. This thing has wowed me before, so this part over here wasn't that big of a surprise, as this truck has done much more and is definitely capable, guys. So make sure you check those videos out. And if you are interested in F-150 or garage content, we got the Subaru. We're doing maintenance stuff out here. Make sure you subscribe and leave a comment down below what you think of this. Do you have a rear locking diff? You might have a rear locking diff. We might get one for this truck too. This truck is kind of getting up there, but there's definitely maintenance stuff we need to do. We got a coolant flush coming up. We got some maintenance things to do. We got a lot of wobble in the front steering, so something going on there. But anywho, guys, appreciate you all joining me in today's video. I'll catch you all on the next one. Make sure you subscribe, comment, and like, and check that truck out, man. Thing is a beaut. I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.